Artificial Core have finally uttered the words that we've all been waiting to hear for over 4 years: early access. In addition to this, we've got some really in-depth information about the upcoming Alpha 2 test, which includes details of the passive talent systems that we'll be able to play with and addition to the world and endgame content. With the Alpha test set to start in around 2 weeks from today, let's take a look at what we can expect. The level cap for the Alpha will be 15. We'll have access to 6 weapon specializations and we'll be able to select passive talent trees. In the previous test, we saw level 10 was achievable, but this was a rare sight during the time we had available. For the Alpha 2, we've been promised a faster 1 to 5 level experience, which should allow us to test new systems and weapon specializations much faster. During the upcoming Alpha test, the talent trees will be locked at combining just 2 trees, whereas in early access we'll have access to combining 3 trees together. We'll be given 1 talent point per level, which we can use over 2 selective passive talent trees, which means that we'll be able to max out our passives by level 10. The world that we'll be playing in will be the same world from the previous Alpha test, except we've been promised a much denser map which has been packed with multiple settlements, NPCs and points of interest. We'll also have access to some endgame content. What this will look like still remains to be seen, however we've been promised that 2 parts of the endgame content will be presented. I'm speculating here of course, but this could be a world boss or a dungeon, but I'm really hoping that we get to fight that boss from the announcement trailer. Now there's a lot of negative feedback surrounding the resource regeneration systems, and as a result of player feedback, Artificial Core have put these mechanics under the magnifying glass and have changed the systems to cater for a wider range of players. I personally had no issue with the previous systems, but I'm excited to see if the new changes make the game more enjoyable overall. The crafting in the game is being expanded horizontally for this test, which means that they will not introduce more advanced kinds of crafting, but they will introduce a wider range of new items that we can explore. Each weapon specialization will have access to 5 new weapons, which is going to be really exciting to experiment with, as especially the main focus for this test for Artificial Core is the PvP aspect of the game. I've had a look over the new talents and I'm quite excited about what the possibilities are. Each talent tree comes with a base passive stat and then 5 tiers of talents, each with 3 options to pick from. There's 8 passive talent trees to pick from. There's Warrior, which gives you 5% damage. This tree gives you higher sustained damage the longer you're in combat. There's the Assassin, which gives you 5% physical and magic crit chance. This tree focuses heavily on burst damage. Then there's the Support, which gives you 5% movement speed, and this tree rewards group play. There's the Medic tree, which gives 10% heal and shield power, and this tree amplifies healing and shielding significantly. Then there's a Mage tree, which gives 10% maximum mana. This tree is linked to resource management and cooldowns. The Tank tree, which gives 10% maximum health, and this tree focuses on increased resistance and staying in the fight for much longer. The Hunter, which gives 10% attack speed, and this tree focuses on mobility and attack speed. And finally, Pathfinder, which gives 2% health regeneration every 5 seconds when no allies are around, and this tree is a good all-rounder for solo players. Given that there's 120 different options to look and talk about, I'm going to keep those to discuss in another video. If that video has been made, it will be linked at the end screen. If it's not linked at the end screen, then I'm making that video as we speak. So tap that subscribe button and I'll get it out as soon as I possibly can. So on to early access. I have been dreaming of this day for the longest time, and finally Artificial Core have given us a timescale for early access and what we can expect during early access. In early access, the level cap has been set to 20, which will give us the opportunity to explore the game on a much deeper level. We'll have access to combine 3 branches of talent trees, and there'll be more advanced crafting and itemization available. There'll also be 2 new biomes for us to explore. We'll have access to mounts on early access, and they promise there will be so much more content. So when should we be expecting early access? So early access is contingent on this next alpha test being a success. But providing that the test goes to plan, then they'll be looking at early access in around August. The optimist in me is hyped about this, but given the history of delays, I'm expecting that we probably won't see early access until the end of the year. So if you'd like this video and you want more Corepunk information, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. I will see you in the next one and hopefully in the alpha test.